I was searching for a good subject to discuss, and as usual, when you wanna know which one is interesting, you just need to scroll on Twitter and see humankind tear each other apart to know where the sport is. Yeah, this is 2025. Tribalism, elitism, two subjects who are not done to separate people and will not fail to tear you away from lethargy while doom-scrolling on Gacha Police. Here we are. Hi, I'm Psycho75, and today I'll try my best to add something constructive in the Gacha Tribalism subject. TLDR, all my sources will be provided in the video description if you are interested. I started with a poll, and so the responses were as mixed as the opinion and position that flowed from them, which I found interesting. Then the question came in my mind: why some people don't want to address those questions? For me, it is important. This is how things evolve. And I remembered what my best friend said a few weeks ago after he beefed with someone about politics. You can't expect people to want to discuss a topic if they lack material or willingness to admit it. Which is in part true, but needs more digging. But it highlighted something who was worth to make some research. Then, another question came in my mind. Does your level of critical thinking could come from knowledge or experience? The answer to those questions are yes. In a psychological study made in 2009 by Marlene Schirmer-Aikins and Marilyn Easter from Wichita State University and San Jose University, this correlation has been proven by these two reputed psychologist PhDs. But now, how is it translated in Gacha community? Age demographics. Indeed, some studies, most of them are done in Asia, and I prefer those because the research sample is way more important, so it makes more accurate data. So, those studies, they show that in all Gacha industry, the age demographic between 17 and 23 represents more than 70% of player base, with an average ratio of 72% male and 28% female. So, they are born between 2002 and 2008. And statistics show that the average moment in life where higher gaming consumption starts at middle school, so between 11 and 13. So this demographic started consuming way more video games between 2014 and 2020. It means that, biologically, their brain is not fully mature, and they have between 5 to 11 years of more intense gaming, which most of it is spread between gacha games, riot games, and popular ones trending for good or bad reasons. So, we have a young audience, lacking knowledge and experience, where on top of that they lack curiosity or willingness to discover. As we can see today, it's a systemic level of questioning in schools, companies, neurology and psychology. We don't know why exactly yet, but the statement exists and it's true. New generation lacks curiosity and willingness to discover. So, it gives us even less material for accumulating those knowledge necessary to critical thinking. I invite you to search correlation between knowledge, experience and common sense with critical thinking capability of medical faculty students at Indonesia Christian University, which is a very serious long-term experiment where the results are now used to train doctors. Yeah, kinda more serious than who are good or you bad. To summarize, tribalism in gacha game is the result of young demographic, lacking of critical thinking because of lack of knowledge and experience. Who do you think are the most polarizing people in gacha space? Yes, Ditto, Genocide, Gacha Smack, to quote only the most known figure in the CC space. And what do they have in common? What do we have in common? We are from Generation Y, born in the 90s. Yeah, I was cute. Our generation experienced a totally different way to experience and consume video games. We accumulated way more different gaming experience to breed critical thinking. And we skip what we consider shit because our time became precious. Let me put you in context where our generation grew up. Back in late 90s, early 2000s, no online, no day one 70GB patch, no updates, no new content. Our only way to play a different way was to play a different game. No game mode events. Games were built only on reputation. If a game was dogshit, company bankrupts. The company and the game who survived did it because they were good. So we grew up having game existing because of esteem and reputation success, whispered across the gamers in school, in video game shop, when the manager would never take the risk to sell a shitty game, because he would taking the risk to have a bad reputation and a bad expertise. Even if some game shop in Japan, some of them built their reputation by being the provider of the most shitty games. Yeah, every year they vote to celebrate the Ichiban Densetsu no Kuso game. But meh, another topic. In the end, it leads us to be less biased and only loyal to what meets our standards and expectations built on those experiences, until it doesn't reach them anymore, and then we move on. My take in tribalism in general: unless your life depends on it, avoid failing in it. I want to quote Idris Shah, one of the major Sufi thinkers, who said before dying, "I wish one day that all humankind will be aware of psychical and psychological bias to reach enlightenment and start seeking truth, start doubting to make all things evolve." And to be honest, I fully follow this way of thinking. Even if sometimes I fail to succeed about some subject, tribalism is unhealthy for you and your favorite game. Comparison to highlight its flaws will push you to make evolve this game you love so much. I don't say take 3 bullets and shut the fuck up, but before defending your billion-dollar company, start seeking the truth in what the person said. In the funniest and the meanest joke, there is always a part of truth. As in every critic, there is always a legitimate root. Whatever, if you like or not the flower who will grow out of it, it deserves to be heard and claimed. Once it's done, you'll speak with the only weapons you have: your time and your money. For the moment, you don't see how precious it is. But now, I am 30, I got my first white hair, lost my mom, and realized that yes, one day I will die too, and my time is precious, as yours is. About your money, if you are younger than me, you have probably less money available, which means this money is even more precious. Speak with those weapons, and your game will change for the best, or fail to meet your new standards and disappear by itself, which will save you time and money and make it easier to let go and move on. To finish this video, I want to admit something to you. I am biased. Everyone is biased. But I'm also self-aware of which bias I'm victim of, how to bypass it, at least I try to educate myself for bypassing it, and try my best to practice critical thinking and allow myself to be curious and discover new things. And I can assure you something. There is games I deeply love, and some I used to. But when they will stop delivering me what I expect, meet my standards, or will not deliver what I call the money plus time for enjoyment ratio, I will live without any regret and move on. Peace.